You're one of the light workers. You're one of the people who are working on soul healing. And here is a very beautiful, very powerful tool. I've already started to use it. I hope you're ready for this beautiful gift from Archangel Gabriel. Hi everybody, it's Susan Edwards at the Rock Shop at 311 Broadway, historic downtown Paducah, where positive energy works. I have a brand new message from Archangel Gabriel, and I can't wait to share it with you. This is a brand new tool that he has shared with me and has asked that I share with you. So stay tuned because it's really, really a wonderful tool. All week long, in my dream state and in my waking state, I've been seeing this image of how God and the angels see us, whereas our human eyes tend to see each other in a fairly predictable way, just our flesh and blood. What the angels and what the divine and what God sees us is entirely different. And the message from Archangel Gabriel gives me a way to actually experience that. So I'm very excited to share this with you. So the image they gave me came to me like a meme might come to you. And so the cartoon was these angels are, sitting up on this cloud looking down on mankind. And they're confused because they're going, well, how do you tell which ones are what color? And of course, the joke is they don't see us the way our human eyes see each other. We see each other encapsulated in these flesh suits, whereas the divine sees us as balls of energy and color and light. And so from their point of view, they don't see any colors. The tool that Archangel Gabriel has given me allows us to take that journey into the higher frequencies, into a different dimension that allows us to see each other in a way that's closer to reality. So here's the message. I saw a lot of yellow, which isn't always a color that's associated with Archangel Gabriel. Often he's associated with white. So I'm not sure why yellow was coming, but that's the color that I saw. I've been working on my own healing, and so the first part of the message was kind of a personal message to me, but it applies to everyone. So the first part of the message to me was, when you do healing of your soul, you are healing countless more that have a soul connection to you. Like lines of electricity, the healing runs up and down the line, energizing any receptacle along the way. So I thought about that image for a moment, and it's like if you have, like in your house, you've got a circuit breaker or a fuse that blows, and so there's no electricity coming into, let's say, your bedroom, then all the lights and the fans and anything that might be connected to any of that circuit isn't really going to be powered because there's no electricity to it. When you're doing your soul healing, it's like going to the fuse box and identifying which fuse has blown or gotten damaged or isn't working properly, replacing it or flipping the circuit so that electricity flows in order for the electricity to be restored up and down that circuit line. So I thought, oh yeah, okay, I can see that, because we have a lot of soul ties with people throughout our lives, some casual and some very deep. And so when we heal ourselves, that healing flows up and down that line. And anyone who's ready for that electricity, that healing, can then be affected in a positive way. So I thought, that's a good analogy. I then asked, well, what are some of the ways that I can do even more work on healing my soul? And Archangel Gabriel said, well, Ho'oponopono is a good way, and praying is a good way, meditating is a good way. And he said, well, we have an enhancement. We want to offer you a tool. Are you ready? And I'm like, yes. So here's what it was. He asked me to imagine, well, first of all, he said, make sure you've got your bubble of protection and say your prayer of protection or something that allows you to maintain control of your energy field, okay? Because we are going to be stepping into a different dimension, a different realm. So he said, well, use the image that we had showed you, which was the image I just spoke about, where we see everything in terms of energy rather than physicalities. Take a moment, and we want you to imagine this barrier or this wall. And we've seen science fiction movies or mirrors where, you know, the character puts their hand in and it's distorted and, you know, they pull it back or they make a decision to go through it. There's lots of movies with that imagery. And that barrier is more of an energetic barrier. And once we become aware of it, we can move through it. And as the character in the story moves through it, they often end up in an entirely different world. And so that image was what Archangel Gabriel was showing me. It was like, take a deep breath, get yourself protected, get yourself grounded, see yourself walking through this energetic barrier into a higher dimension. I'm like, cool. You know, I mean, this isn't new information, but I can't really say that I've ever purposefully seen a barrier in my mind's eye and then purposely walked through it. So that was a little bit new for me. So then the instructions on how to use this new tool was, take a moment and acclimate yourself, your energetic body, to this new realm. And they had me take a deep breath and blow it out hard through my mouth. I don't know why, but that's what they told me to do. So that's what I did. And just take a moment, get kind of acclimated, and then look around and see the energy beings. So instead of seeing flesh and blood, see the humans and animals and plants and environment in terms of energy. While you're in this higher dimension, he continues, said, you're observing these energy beings and the flow of energy in them, around them, and through them. And then he had me show myself and my physical self and pull my energetic being back, sort of like astral projection, and see my own energetic body and observe where disruptions of energy might be within my own energetic body. So to observe my energy flow, which is really useful if you're working on trying to affect some personal growth and soul healing, even physical healing. Because where there's a disruption in your energy flow, often you're going to have some physicality show up in terms of aches or pains or even worse, disease and those kinds of issues. The instructions then were to observe the room that you find yourself in and just look around and observe the flow of energy. Feng Shui. I don't really see energy so much as I feel energy. So don't be too disturbed or alarmed or feel like you're not getting it right if you don't see it with your human eyes. Remember, your human eyes only see a very narrow spectrum, but there's a wide spectrum of electromagnetic waves that we just don't, our eyes are just not able to see. Some of us are clairaudient, some of us are clairvoyant, and others, but so don't get too hung up if you don't see it. Just feel it. And you can tell where energy is disrupted in your room. As you're observing your room, you know, in your mind's eye, you can also go to your office. And in your mind's eye, in this higher dimension, in this altered reality that you've allowed yourself to enter, you can observe your workplace, you can observe where you might spend a lot of time, and just take a look and have the intention of seeing how the energy flows. Sometimes it's just as simple as a piece of furniture is blocking the flow of energy. But the flow of energy is really important to how we feel in a particular space. Clutter can affect the flow of energy. Decor can affect the flow of energy. So in your mind's eye, just go to these spaces that you spend a lot of time and check the energy. And if the energy is off, fix it. Simple as that. Take a look at your family dynamics. If you're still living at home, or you have family members that you live with, or your own current family, back up energetically from the higher perspective and look at how your family dynamics play out. And where are the disruptions? And when there's a disruption, then this new tool allows you to say, well, wait a minute, there's a disruption there. What's causing the disruption? And then Archangel Gabriel said, this is how we see you and all life on earth. It's no longer charged with emotion. It's just a matter of the flow of energy. So let's go back to the example of observing your family dynamics. Let's say you've got a couple of kids, you're the mom or the dad, and dinner time becomes a big issue. Or wherever there's some points of conflict in your family. Get yourself quiet. Do this exercise that Archangel Gabriel has explained to us. And without any emotion all tangled up in it, take a look at the dynamics of the energy. Maybe you have someone at the dinner table that isn't enjoying the food or hasn't been getting enough attention during the day, and so they're acting out. When you take all the emotions out of it and it's not all tangled up in the dynamics, then you can say, oh, there's where the disruption is. And then you can make a decision as to if and how you might want to smooth out that energy flow. So give that a try. Let me know if that works. Put down in the comments below if you tried that exercise. Archangel Gabriel then said, take this one step at a time. It will and it can be overwhelming at first. Sure, anytime you walk into another dimension, it's going to be like, well, this is weird. Not all energy flow changes are easy to affect. See where the blockages are, and then energetically remove them. So let's go back to our example of the dinner table. Energetically, from this higher perspective and in this altered dimension, you can go in and you can remove the blockage energetically and have it affect your physical world. So the way you do that is you pray, do ho'oponopono, bless it, love it back into perfection. I'll be interested to hear your comments to see if the situation improves. I'll bet you it does. So then I ask Archangel Gabriel, well, where's the switch? How do I know how to do this? And they said, well, practice and you will find it easier. But at first, raise your vibrations and then have this image that we gave you and walk through. And you can talk yourself as you go through the process. But after a while, you'll find that it's much easier to accomplish. They also said if you want to enlist your guardian angel or one of your higher realm guides or teachers or gurus, that would also be a good way to do it. He reminded me to make sure that you protect yourself, because as you move into these unfamiliar realms, you want to make sure that you're working with the highest source for the highest good of yourself and for all. He also indicated that this is how to see your reality for now. There's always more, but this is your gift for now. And then I ask, can I share this information? Archangel Gabriel then said, we are telling you this with the expectation of you teaching those who are ready to hear. With light and love, Archangel Gabriel. So when I first got started, I talked about this energy that's going up and down the electricity line. If you're not plugged into it, you're not particularly aware of it, are you? So those who are plugged into these higher messages, you're the ones that are going to hear this new tool and be able to use it in an effective, productive, loving, proper way. Those who are not ready to hear, they're not even going to know that I've made this video. This message is invisible to them. So I would say to you, if you're watching this video, especially if you've come this far into it, you're one of the light workers. You're one of the people who are working on soul healing. And here is a very beautiful, very powerful tool. I've already started to use it, and it's really pretty amazing. So I've heard this tool in various ways before, but it's never hit home as much as now. So apparently I'm ready also. I hope you're ready for this beautiful gift from Archangel Gabriel. If you are, give me a thumbs up. Why not subscribe? Hit that bell. You'll get messages when I'm going to put out new videos, which is about once a week or so, or when they tell me to. And I do hope that this has helped. This is Susan at the Rock Shop at 311 Broadway, historic downtown Paducah, where positive energy works. Namaste.